I'm here with my team of professionals on behalf of Hawk Consulting. By a show of hands, how many of you live on campus? Okay, a few. Well, we are here to extend a proposal to increase these numbers and also improve the housing department as a whole. Now, you may ask yourself, who are you exactly and how will you help us? Well, we understand this confusion and doubt, so we're going to start out with telling you a little bit about ourselves and go into the background of our firm. First up, we have Christopher Smith. He has a Bachelor's of Management Information Systems and a minor in French and Japanese. He has experience with the UWG Online Peace Corps and Cisco systems. Next, I'm Danielle Beavers. I have a Bachelor's in Mass Communications, concentration in Public Relations, and I've worked with some of the best consulting firms there are. McKinsey and Company, Bain and Company, Booz and Company, so I have a little bit of credibility myself. Next, there's Yanisha Andrews with a Bachelor's in Mass Comm and Marketing. She has experience in process design consulting, problem management for customer experience at Bank of America, and performance monitoring architect at McGraw-Hill Construction. Next, we have Devonna Purdue. She has a Bachelor's in Marketing and Master's of Organization Behavior, experience in Emerge Digital Group, Star Collaborative, and BWB, the BW Banking Group. Next, Orlando Barnes. He has a Master's in Business Administration with a Bachelor's in Marketing. He has experience in Ernst Young, Youth Foundation, Odyssey, USG Board of Regents. And lastly, we have Kenneth Cole, Bachelor's in Management Information Systems, minor in International Business. His experience is with UPS and AT&T. Now we have Yanisha Andrews go into the background of our firm.
Well, Hawk is a management consulting firm founded in 1998 by Derek West. We are known for improving complex challenges for many companies around the globe. We began working with only 5 companies and eventually extended to over 35 companies. Our slogan is, "We'll take you higher." Our mission statement is to work toward a predetermined set of goals through written contracts. We guarantee improvement in performances, and our vision statement is to achieve measurable results through improving performances and providing information that will make positive differences for our clients. And next we will have Orlando Barnes with the statement on me.
Why in the world would y'all hire us? Why do y'all need us? I'm going to express that we're not only useful, but crucial to your organization. We will help you. In the last few years, y'all have seen an exponential amount of growth, not only through the university, but especially through housing. With the new buildings going up and older, more traditional ones being torn down, y'all are attracting more students looking for a more better housing situation. And so, but although that y'all have grown in room occupancy, as you can see by the pie chart, the rate is still the same, which is only 25% of people still live on campus. And that is a problem. Through better communications, we will help you improve this rate of occupancy and better improve your efficiency and expedite communications process. Now, how many people have had an issue and told a superior and had to tell somebody else again when they got their superior? Raise hands. Now, I've done that once, and honestly, it was frustrating. So, through better communications, we will help expedite this and get it to who can resolve it immediately. Also, competitive advantage. By increasing your communications, you will have a better competitive advantage over other housing markets, like the New Haven West and the New Village that is going right up beside the University of West Georgia. So the competitive advantage of being close is no longer just with the university. And also, once all these communications have increased, as Chris and Devonna will go in more detail on how to increase these. It will increase your occupancy and overall effectiveness and efficiency. Devonna?
So, you guys have a pretty good internal communication system. I feel like we can improve it even more. And you already communicate daily for upper level management. You guys have your leadership meeting in the morning. You have various meetings with your subordinates after to include them on any news that has been given. And I feel like you guys are kind of lacking a little bit when it comes to the lower levels, your frontline employees, your RAs.
Okay.
So you have your meetings and your upper level management, and you go down the line. You have your meetings with your area coordinators, your resident directors, your resident assistants. And in order for your resident assistants to relay any information to you or to your director, they have to go back through that chain of command, which can sometimes cause a lot of time gap, a lot of, basically a loss of crucial time. And we're going to propose in our recommendations a way to correct that, as well as to let your RAs know that you hear them, that they have a voice. And what's left is external? With this.
Hello everyone. I'm going to briefly talk to you about the external communications that you have put in place. Wonderful. Les premiers, pouvez-vous lever votre main si tu as un camarade? Or what I said was, if you have a roommate, can you raise your hand, please? If you have a roommate, even if you're off campus, if you have a roommate. Super. A lot of you have roommates. Now, a quick question is, if you had the same roommates, would you mind living with them on campus as well? Just a couple of yeses or nos.
No.
No. Okay, just wanted to get your insight on that. So, as far as external goes, external means everyone outside of the department. That means the students. That means all the chairs of other departments. That means people who don't even go here. These people are who you're communicating with. And some of the main ways that you already do that are through meetings. You have commercials, you're broadcasting the whole Go West initiative. You also have social media, and you have location services. By that I mean every time there's an event on campus, like preview day or anything to do with like facilities or charities on campus. The housing and residence department is involved with some other departments, so communication is always key. What we've seen, and Devonna, she referenced this recently, you have these things put in place, but you haven't built it up. There's no, you've got the bread for the sandwich, but you don't have the meat, the cheese, everything in there that really entices the students. And the main initiative that you told us you want to retain students, and you want to bring in new students. Now, Ken is going to have some recommendations in a minute that will give you an idea how we're supposed to do that. But communication in itself, it all starts with the source. Or right now, it's me. I'm talking to you, I'm encoding the message, and you hear it here. The channel, it's my voice. Then it's being decoded, you're looking at me, you're thinking, oh, he's having a lot of hand motions, he's talking, I'm listening. You're decoding the message. And that makes you the receiver. Now the feedback, that means, what have I actually said to you? Are you understanding me? Am I being clear? That's what it means to communicate with people, whether it's through face-to-face meetings, whether it's through the phone, Twitter, any of that. You have to be clear, you have to be concise, and you need to know what you're talking about. I'll briefly go through the SWOT analysis. Based on what we've seen so far, you have great leadership. There's a chain of command, people know who's in charge. If there's a problem, people know who to come to. However, sometimes it's not done fast enough. A lot of the time, a student gets locked out of his dorm, he says, oh no, it's 2 in the morning, what am I going to do? There should be a hotline he can call. Well, there is a hotline in place he can call. An RA or an RD or one of the assistants there will come on and let them in. So this is good, just keep that up. Next are the weaknesses. If you looked at your website, the fact that you have a website, that's great. We looked at Albany State, Valdosta, a couple of private universities as well. They have just the basic template that the university provides. And yes, that's nice for listing information, but what are you actually telling your students or potential students about what you offer? So we propose, actually I won't talk about the proposal, I'll bring it up. But the website needs work. We need to really bring the students in. Next are the opportunities. You told us earlier, you not only want to retain the students you already have, you want to bring in more students. Okay, well, that's your opportunity right there. You have all these different complexes and things around the school, regardless of how much they charge a student regardless of how much they charge each student per month. You need to have facilities or amenities or some type of service to bring them in, to make them want to stay. Hey, I go to West Georgia and I stay on campus, it's convenient for X, Y, and Z reasons. Also, beautifying the campus. I said earlier that the Housing and Residence Department, they have a lot of interdepartmental meetings and co-sponsored events. This right here, all you need to do is get housing and facilities, or housing and ITS, or any of the other departments. Just have co-ventures so students know, hey, here's where I live, here's what the student's trying to do to help me be productive as a student, help me give me more conveniences. As far as starts go, I mentioned it earlier, it's the off-campus apartments. They have, there's different policies put in place. You can have pets. Sometimes there's more parking. There are so many different things, and you can't please everybody, but surely more can be done to entice these students and get them to stay with us. This is negative housing experience. That's a big deal. I stayed on campus, and there were several incidents and other occurrences that I ended up telling my friends that was word of mouth, and things like that can put a bad stain on your housing or residence department. So if you stayed on campus and you actually enjoyed your experience, tell people like, hey, I stayed on campus, it wasn't that bad. Was it expensive? Perhaps it was, but what did you get out of it? Was it worth it? And now we're gonna have James come up and give you some of our recommendations.
How you going, class? They presented you with all the problems, so I'm gonna briefly give y'all some of the recommendations we came up with. To start, for communication, we believe that the RAs need to have daily huddles, which would keep everyone up to date, so everyone is on the same page, everybody knows what's going on, and basically so that nobody's lost when it comes to situations that are going on. Another idea is create a Google form, which is basically like an easy way to get surveys, get people's opinions, just ask for how people feel about different things. And another communication recommendation we came up with was create a position for the RAO, which means Resident Assistant Organization, in order to add structure and provide the organization with a actual figurehead, like president, just so it'll be more organized. It's not just everybody's all over the place trying to figure out who they're supposed to command to. But next, in order to increase membership, we believe that more dorms need to be added. Because the thing is, in this world, people feel like the more options they have, the more freedom they have. So if you have more choices, then it just makes you feel more comfortable. It's like, okay, I can pick this, which is different from these. It just gives you more freedom, I guess, like I said before. And we also believe that they should implement computer labs into the dorms. And the reason why we came up with this was because a lot of people don't have computers. Some people do, but not everybody has the means to get computers. So it would just be beneficial and more incentive for people to stay on campus if they could just go down the hall and get on the internet, work on a presentation, get on YouTube, just something simple. It's not anything amazing, but computer labs still helps. For more departmental organizational structure, we believe, right now, housing has a website, but it's just, like Chris said, it's just basic. It's just like how every other organization on campus's website is. So we believe housing should come up with a separate website, which can be easily made through WordPress or Squarespace, which is pretty easy. And lengthen RA training programs, because right now everything is crammed and it's like nobody is really getting everything that they should because they're just trying to force everything in their head. So it's like it's just rushed and it should be more time given. And one of our last recommendation sets was we believe that they should create resident housing commercials targeted towards students that have 30 current hours, because everybody watches TV. I'm pretty sure it's not too many people that can say they don't watch TV in here. But it was just a good idea to get people interested in that, and also get more active in social media such as Twitter, because it's not too many people that also don't use social media such as like Twitter, Facebook, and
Thank you very much for your attention thus far. In conclusion, basically what we're saying is you already have the structure. You just need to build upon what you already have. This means social media, for instance. If you have your Facebook and your Twitter and your Instagram, you need to actually use these things. That doesn't mean tell people, hey, come like us. If I like you or follow you, then what am I going to see? How does this help me as a student? You need to build upon that, offer them something, give them some type of incentive. Also, the computer labs, that is a big deal. They can come in, they can be successful in their own dorm. They don't have to go all the way to the library. Sometimes the library can be crammed, or sometimes there's just too many distractions. So all in all, we think you're doing a great job, and we're glad that you hired us, and we think that we can take you higher still in your initiative to keep students and bring in more students. Thank you.
We have little takeaways. Some have eye masks and some have snore strips, and our business cards inside. I'll pass these out.
And also, on the back of the business card is a QRL code, which you can scan with your phone. Don't do it during the next people's presentation. And you will get our ringtone. And if you add our number, you can have our ringtone as well. While they are passing those out, we will answer questions.
Where's some risk involved in the recommendation?
With risk are really low, because all this is pretty much increasing your communications. You don't have to go out and buy stuff. You just pretty much have to improve upon the processes that's already there. And so the monetary risks are very low.
Guys, please keep it down while they're answering questions.
The benefit of increasing communications is really high.
All right, thank you, sir.
Oh, let's get my question.
it's probably going to take a while, but at the same time, it takes time.
Why would working with your consulting company be a smart choice or investment?
It was a good because we believe in quality, we believe in high services, and that is also what you believe.
I need one.
Y'all go is our goal, and we will help.